Hello all, Ian Foxley here. Welcome to day number 199 of my comparison between Genesis Mining and the Gaw Miners Hashlets. It's been quite a long time since I've done a last video. For more information on about Gaw Miners and Genesis Mining, please watch the last video, as there was a lot of things that I talked about in that last video. Basically, at the moment I only get payouts now from Genesis Mining. My 1 megahash Scrypt contract and my 10 gigahash SHA-256 contract changed. My 1 megahash Scrypt contract was terminated in February due to low Scrypt payouts, and I was given 1 gigahash of hash power for my 1 megahash of Scrypt. So now I have 11 gigahash of hash power. I'm still getting payouts with Genesis Mining. So anyway, here's the interface. As you can see now, you can see the 11 gigahash there. The scale is obviously in terahashes. Kind of interesting there, my little graph sort of went up quite smoothly and then now sort of goes up in steps, like a flight of stairs. That's because of the fact that the payouts have got lower now. So anyway, let's have a look at the payouts for mining day 199. Let's have a look. Now the date today is the 2nd of April 2015. So yeah, here we go. So my last payout was for mining day 31st of the 1st. Now this was paid out yesterday on the 1st of April, so there will be a payout later today. If those of you who don't really know about this feature, some of you maybe not, who might not have seen this video, but next to every payout here there's always a little eye, and if you move the mouse over it, it gives you some more information. So yesterday's payout, my last payout, was actually smaller than the minimum. There is a minimum they have, which is 5,430 satoshis, and my payout was only 4,613. So what happens now is that basically they'll pay it out tomorrow. So that's why, for example, I have 9,528, and then the day before it was 0. But basically it's because they just add the two payouts together, and then once it's above the minimum they pay it out, which is why I'm getting that step now on my graph, because I'm getting 0 and then that amount and 0 again. So yeah, that's basically what's been going on with Genesis Mining. I will go through the RRIs as well actually, but I'll go through that later on in the video. Won't take too long. So anyway, let's go over to the Zen portal now, and I'll talk a little bit more about my Gaw Miners account. So as most of you know, when I started with Gaw Miners, I'd purchased 3 hashlets. I'd purchased a Genesis Hashlet, which was SHA-256. Originally it was a 10 gigahash hashlet, and then at some point it got upgraded for free to a 15 gigahash hashlet. I also had a waffle hashlet, and I had a Zen hashlet. And so over time the payouts were okay. The waffle hashlet's payouts were basically disappointing, as you can no doubt see if you go back through my payout history or watch earlier videos. The Zen hashlet did okay, and then all of a sudden it just went downhill. From about December time onwards, the payouts just got really low, and compared to Genesis Mining, it was just crazy. The payouts with Genesis Mining were a lot better for the Scrypt 1 megahash contract. And then what happened was about February time, I think, something like that. The payout stopped with ZenCloud, and they basically disabled cloud mining. So now you just get a little box that you can click on. This is quite a recent addition. My last video just had some red text here, but now they've added like a triangle that you can click on. So basically it just explained about the fact that unstable market conditions, etc. Now what I was surprised about in my last video is the fact that my SHA-256 payouts were frozen as well, or stopped, because the Genesis Hashlet's payouts were okay. They were profitable. I was still getting payouts back, but they just cancelled those as well. And also in my last video I asked, what should I do, and some of you did comment. Thank you for the comments. And what I did was I put up my 3 hashlets for sale, because I thought, well, they're selling for about $2, between the anything from about $1.50 up to $2. So I put my 3 hashlets up for sale, and good news for me was one of them got sold, so I now only have 2 left. Now obviously if I go to my mining page, you can see over here now I have 2 hashlets remaining. Both are still for sale, but I don't think they can be sold at the moment, but I've still got them up for sale anyway. One day they perhaps might be sold. But as you can see, one of them is missing, and that's my Genesis Hashlet. And my Genesis Hashlet was sold, and I got around, I think it was $2 for it. But if I look on my latest activity page, you can see, here you go, 3 weeks ago now, 21 days ago, on the March the 12th, the Genesis Hashlet 15 was sold for $1.9, and that was the amount of Bitcoin that I got for it at the time, and that's added to this balance. Now this balance up here now is a total balance of all the payouts I've had ever since I started mining on the Zen Cloud. So basically that was all my payouts for the Hashlet Genesis, the Hashlet Waffle, and the Zen Cloud, and the Zen Hashlet. So that's how much I earned, and now it doesn't pay out anymore, so it just stopped. But as Genesis on the Genesis mining side though, it's still paying out. So I'm just going to walk back over to Genesis mining, and what I'll do now is I'll just do what I normally do, and I'll bring up my wallet, and then you can just have a look at some of the payouts together there. Right then, anyway, so here's my last payouts. So you can see here, for example, my last payout in my wallet was for the 9,292, which is here. And then you can go back, for example, to my 94442 payout here, and there's a gap, but you can see here there's a day gap. So it was 29th of March, and I got paid out again on the 31st of March. So those are the days I had zero. So yeah, that's basically that. As you can see, Bitstamp selling Bitcoins at the moment on the 2nd of April at $245, so not doing very well either. It wasn't that long ago actually. It was crawling back up to nearly 300, and then it just suddenly fell again, just in a matter of days, and so the payouts just fell as way, because obviously with Genesis mining there's a daily fee that comes out for maintenance and electricity, etc. Anyway, the other thing that I was going to talk to you about was my RRI. Now what I've done is basically I won't be making any more money really on Gaw Miners, well, unless my hashlets sell, and even then it'll only be about $4. But I suppose, you know, getting $4 back on my original money is better than nothing. Now with Genesis mining, I'm making payouts. So what I'll do now is I'll just go through and I'll just show you what my RRI is for my Genesis Hashlet contract at the moment. I mean my Genesis mining contract at the moment. Right then, so anyway, so here's all the important stuff. Now with my Genesis mining account, here's my multi-bit wallet here. Now all of my payouts that I've had so far from Genesis mining have gone into this payout window. So basically my wallet so far has had 0.03731214 Satoshi or Bitcoin added. At the moment, at the current Bitcoin price, that's $9.15, but I'm not really thinking about that because I actually paid to purchase my contract in Bitcoin. Then obviously I want to make sure at some point I get the same amount of Bitcoin back. That's how I think about it. I'm sort of like one of these people that just want Bitcoin really for long term and not really thinking about short term or anything like that. So anyway, this website I use is quite handy. I've used it in previous RRI videos, and so basically what I can do is I can basically find out what percentage of my earnings I've got back so far, or how much money have I made so far out of the original investment. So I have all the information here, for example. So I know, for example, when I purchased my Genesis mining contracts, I only paid 0.0562 Bitcoin, and I know that now I've got 0.03731214 Bitcoin back. So what I do is I go to this website here, and I can enter in the box the amount that I've earned so far, which is the 0.03731214, and I want to know what percentage of that is of the original 0.0562 that I invested. So when I click on calculate, it will tell me. So basically, with my Genesis mining earnings, which is still paying out every day, I've got around 66.39% of my original Bitcoin investment back. God knows how long it'll be before this reaches 100%, but it's better than what Gaw Miners is doing, because Gaw Miners is paying me out nothing. So anyway, let's have a look at the Gaw Miners side of things. Right then, so anyway, I'm back on the Zen Cloud interface. Now make a note, or basically, you know, just keep an eye on this up here. Now up here, is the amount that I've earned so far. So if you want to pause the video, you can do, write that figure down. I will be doing something with this figure in a moment, but it's just obviously it's very hard for me to have all the pages open at the same time. So make a note of that figure, 0.05048,658. That is the total amount that I've earned so far with my Gaw Miners contracts. So now what I'll do is I'll switch back to the other page, and then I'll show you how much RRI Gaw Miners has given me so far. Right then, anyway, so here's that figure again from the ZenCloud payout. So this amount here is the amount that my ZenCloud has paid me since I've had the hashlets. That's all the payouts for the hashlets all together, including the hashlet that was sold recently. So I'm at the basically the percentage calculator again, and as you can see, this is the amount that I paid for all the three hashlets together. That was the Genesis Hashlet, the Waffle Hashlet, and the Zen Hashlet. Now I paid 0.1, just over 0.103 Bitcoin. So what I've done is I've gone over to the calculator again, and I've put in the amount that I've earned so far, which was a 0.05 plus Bitcoin, and I've added in what percentage of that. Now straight away you can look at that and you can obviously see that it's nearly half or around half. So when I click on calculate, you will find out, yeah, so it's 49%. So that's basically what I earned with my Gaw Miners hashlets since I've had them. And unless they have a hashlet sale, then that won't change at all. So basically half my investment I got paid back with Gaw Miners. So that's it basically. So as you can see, Genesis Mining is still paying me out, and I've got 66%, and Gaw Miners, well, just stopped on around 50. So I could probably just say now that even with the $4 that will get added on, Genesis Mining have kind of won the win the race to the RI battle. Unless, even if Genesis Mining stopped now, I've still made 66%. So in a way, they've won, even though I haven't actually got my RI back yet, or haven't got all my money back yet. But what I will do say though is probably from this point onwards I will probably stop doing these comparison videos, because there's nothing else to compare it to now. Now if my hashlets do get sold, I will probably do an update to that, and then I'll just update the RRI so you can see, and then I'll probably just post another video in the future which will probably just be, for example, an update of where I am at the RRI with Genesis Mining. But I'm not really going to post many videos now. There's no need to. Now, I am posting on Bitcointalk a forum thread. I do have a 50 gigahash contract, and what I'm doing at the moment is I'm posting daily payout info on that on my Bitcointalk forum thread, which I'll put the link to in the video. So you can click on that, and what I'm doing is I'm dividing my payouts by 50, so you get an idea of what 1 gigahash payout is. And so if you don't really know what Genesis Mining payouts are like at the moment, you can basically, if you, for example, you want to purchase 100 gigahash, you can basically get my 1 gigahash payout that I'll put on the website and times it, multiply it by 100, and it'll give you a rough idea of what the daily payouts are for a certain hash rate. So if you want to find out what 20 terahash is, you could just basically get my 1 gigahash payout information and times it by 20,000, and that'll tell you what the payout was roughly for 20 terahash that day. So I hope you'll find that useful. I'm also posting videos about mining Sweden at the moment, so have a look down on my list and hopefully you'll see those. So yeah, mining Sweden. That doesn't seem to be a bad company either. So thank you for watching these videos. I hope you find them useful. I think as time goes on, these videos will be useful to look at, maybe in 3 or 4 years' time, because you'll be able to look back in the past and think, wow, look, in 2014 in September, Bitcoin was this price, and there was these two companies, Genesis Mining and Gaw Miners. I mean, who will still be around? Will Genesis Mining be around? Will Gaw Miners be around? Hopefully, Genesis Mining will still be around. Not too sure about Gaw Miners though, because Gaw Miners I don't think is around anymore. It's sort of like split into different names. It's Paycoin or just can't keep up. So anyway, thanks for watching my videos. I will be posting more, obviously, but just keep an eye out. But there won't be really no more comparison videos, so to speak. So thank you for watching my videos. Don't forget to like and comment. Bye for now.